Hello everybody, welcome back to the VOD channel, the channel where I upload a bunch of stuff from Twitch, or really just whatever I feel like. And today is one of those whatever I feel like days, because I wanted to come on and answer the question, which is, what's it been like living with JC and Brian, who are my two roommates. They lived at C4 before. If none of this makes sense to you, then you have a lot to catch up on. But no, I live with a couple other influencers, JC Caylen, who from O2L, from Keen and JC, and Brian Terada, who moved into the C4 house last year. Brian's a singer. And a lot of people ask me, what's it like living with them? You know, like, what's it been like at the house? And I get it, because I like knowing those things too, right? Like, I'm nosy. I like to know living arrangements and the tea and whatever it's like and all those things. So figured I'd come on here. It's the 26th, so the day after Christmas. So hope everybody had a great holiday. I ate a lot of pasta. It was, which is always exciting for me. And watched a lot of basketball. Go Sixers. But yeah, so we moved in here in March, which, man, how many, that would be what? April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Wow, what's that? 9 months? I'm very bad at math. We're counting at this point in life, but 9 months. Okay, so 9 months ago, a little bit prior to that, when I moved here in 2020, I had two roommates that didn't really do much with social media or anything like that. And I lived off of a really busy main road in an apartment complex. So there was no yard or anything. So I really felt bad for Cooper. But when I moved here, it's really tough to move here without even being able to see a place. I moved here from Jersey. So in 2020. So I, I had to move, and I had to get a place, and it was a little rest. So I was in that place for almost 2 years, and then once JC asked me, I was very excited. But going from no yard to a yard was the first really great thing. So living here has been really great. It's really been great for my dog Cooper, because there are so many other dogs here. It's like a literal zoo, which I'm very happy with. So pet wise, it's been a really great thing. It's much easier to let Cooper out in the morning, and let him do his thing and have a good time in the yard, versus having to stand in front of a very busy main street and always freak out that something could happen. So on that front, it's been really nice. It's really helped me stream more because of the setup here that I have. I don't have any neighbors. There were times where I was streaming in my old setup where if I was kind of loud, my neighbors would bang to the right of me or the left of me. They would bang on my wall, and I was not ever really loud at all. But that deterred me from wanting to stream a lot. Then I had like a little bit of PTSD from streaming, even when I first moved in here, in like March, April, May, because I don't know, I just felt, I forgot that I could really do it and not annoy anybody, because JC was in there screaming his head off. So living here from a creative standpoint has been quite literally amazing. JC has a knack for always being in at the worst, a decent mood. Like, he's always in a good mood, and at his very worst, he's still in a decent mood. He doesn't really let much get to him. He buys a lot of cool things, and he doesn't like ask for, anything, which is nice. We usually just buy things, like if we're out of stuff, we'll just buy it and not like Venmo each other. We'll just like get different. I don't know. We have a good little system going here. But like, yeah, JC, like if you're like, man, it would be cool, like a water fountain. He'd be the type of people like, that's cool. Yeah, we could, that could be a cool idea. He always is about it. Always has cool ideas. And he's just a really good person to live with, to be honest with you. I will say that I clean up the most, a lot. Especially sometimes if there's a lot of people that come over for his streams. Sometimes there's a giant aftermath, and I'm usually in there like, okay, is Armageddon here? But that being said, I don't really mind doing it anyway, and Brian is also super clean and super cleanly with things and always helps out. But from a landlord standpoint, JC is, there's nothing really bad to say. I mean, besides he takes sometimes hour-long shits in the morning, and I don't know if he's home, and I just worry for his safety. But I will say the thing that is gone now. I don't know if he said what he got, so I won't reveal. But he got a new vehicle, and he has this big giant Jeep, and it's like sits in the driveway, and it is especially in California, it is like a death trap because it's so hot. There's metal everywhere, and when the California sun hits it, you sit. There's certain parts of the Jeep you sit in because there's no hard top, and I mean, you could quite literally burn your skin off. And he laughs every time. I'm like, I have a 2nd-degree burn on my elbow. So I'm happy that that's on its way out. No hate to Jeeps, but just this one that he has. It was like a tank, like an army vehicle. I hated that thing. Getting in it was just like, quite literally felt like you were risking life and limb every time. So happy that that's gone. But on the Brian aspect, Brian's not home a lot, or if he is, he's in his room. So Brian's a great roommate. There's like he's he's to himself. Sometimes he gets in moods where he sings, which is fine because it's not, he's good at singing, so it doesn't bother me at all. But Brian, like, he went home like, I don't know, maybe on the 19th, 18th. It's 26. So it's been 8 days. I think he'll still be gone, damn near past January of 2023. So, Brian's not home often to even. You can't even be annoyed with him, because he's either, if he's not in his room, he's at Renato's house, which is his boyfriend, or he's at the gym, or he's everywhere because he's very social. Brian's the type where like he'll like, there's the cleaning lady that they had from C4, their house, came here and cleans our place, and when she sees Brian, she's so excited, and she's like scared of JC and I, but we're just quiet. We never really know what to say, and her and Brian, they're like having slumber parties in there. But it's been really cool, the dynamic here. It's allowed me to really stream almost every day. JC's always good with ideas or helping out with things, and vice versa, which is really nice. And we don't really have any rules. We have like decent security, we have cameras, we have all these things, so we feel pretty safe here, which is nice. And we also have like 3 to 4 dogs here at almost any time. So there's a lot of barking that would be going on. The one thing that I'll tell you what, this house would be in shambles sometimes though, and so would the yard. I'm the yard master. I'm out there. We have turf. I'm out there all the time with the leaf blower, blowing the stuff off the turf, because that's the life hack. Cleaning the turf, cleaning the dog shit up, because my goodness, that's a full-time job in itself. That gets me exhausted sometimes. Sometimes we have like 5 dogs here, and it's like I work at the zoo, like I'm a zookeeper or something after everything, but whatever, it's fine. But the hot tub, right? They love the hot tub. I love the hot tub. But guess what? No one knows how to clean the hot tub but me. The hot tubs are bacteria infested. You got to know how to clean it. You got to have the right product. Luckily, your boy knows how to do stuff like that. I just researched it a lot. So I've taken the reins to make sure that nobody is getting sick in the hot tub and that it is clean, because if not, I don't know if I would allow anybody to get in any of those hot tubs, because you got to do it right. So there's a lot of things where I feel like, I'm holding down the anchor to the ship, but it's also because I live here. I want it to look nice. I don't want there to be tons of dog shit in the yard. I get they got to do their thing, but I'm cleaning it up. Because if JC was shitting in the yard, I'd want him to clean that up. And if he didn't, one of us would, because I don't want it in the yard. Hopefully that's not JC. What if this whole thing has been a conspiracy where it's just been JC the entire time and not the dogs? I think I would know the difference, but who knows? But yeah, he's also like, there was one month where I quite literally forgot to pay rent for like 18 days, and that might sound silly, but like, you just forget. There's so many bills to be paid. There's so many things going on. He knows like that I'm good for it and I'll pay it. And if I didn't, it's just I forget. But he's great with stuff like that. It's really nice. It's honestly really nice. Yeah, he's a really good person. He's a great gift giver, which is nice. He's very thoughtful. So JC crushes it as a landlord. There's really I mean, if I had a nitpick, he definitely leaves food in the fridge sometimes to the point where it grows maybe some sort of city and town inside of it. Sometimes I'll be like, well, these mushrooms and this chicken has been in this box for maybe 3 weeks now. So every like 3 weeks or so, I'll go through. Sorry, the dogs are having a a WrestleMania match next to me, which is entertaining to me. Sometimes I'll just text every like 2 weeks and I'll say, "Hey Brian, hey JC, the fridge stinks. It smells very bad. I feel like I'm gonna pass out." You know, when you get hit with that, like you open the fridge and it's like, you just get hit with that whiff, that waft. And when they lived at C4, the C4 house was synonymous for smelling like absolute ass. It was very, very bad. Like, you know, like in cartoons or movies where the green smoke comes up. It wasn't there, but you could feel it and you could certainly smell it. So certainly not the way I do it. I think like that's not great, especially if you have guests. You don't want someone to go in and, "Oh, can I grab a water?" and you just get hit with the funk. So, you know, definitely an improvement could be done there. Brian though does a great job with the dishes. We have a great sink. We have one of those things where if you hold a cup down and you press it, this looks a little suspect, but you press it down, water shoots up and you clean it like you're at a bar or something. Fantastic. It makes me want to clean everything. And then our nozzle, our spray, is one of those where it's like an ultra insanely crazy jet, like it's a freaking industrial dishwasher that cleans at a restaurant. So it's honestly therapeutic sometimes just to use it, just because it works so well. But yeah, the stinky fridge, you know, there'll be things in there, like it'll randomly be like he bought 6 bottles of whipped cream, coconut whipped cream, like a month and a half ago, probably for Thanksgiving festivities on a stream. But then like he never did anything with them, and then like JC, like they'll just stay in there. So then we have 6 bottles of whipped cream taking up a quarter side of our fridge. And then eventually I was like, "Hey JC, what's up with the whipped cream?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot about that." Like it would stay there until 2027. Like if nobody said anything or touched them, the whipped cream would have never left. So sometimes you got to stay on them a bit with the fridge. But you know what? If that's one of the worst things, that's not too bad. We have a great Roomba. She does a great job. Her name is Bertha. She crushes it. She's on extra duty because we have tons of dogs, so a lot of pet hair. But she's Roombas, I'll tell you what, they suck at first, but once they figure out the lay of the land in the house, they're pretty tremendous. But I'll tell you, at first they really suck. They have no idea what's going on. Anything else with Brian? Let's see. Brian's changed his room like 5 times. Now Brian has his bed on the wall, so then at night he puts it on the ground so he can have like a studio instead of because I know Brian's main thing is he's really struggled and hated his room. Anytime I go in his room, even as his roommate, every day he'd be like, "Don't look at hey big Brian, I'm not coming in here to judge, you know, like I'm a Crate and Barrel ad. I'm here to just say what's up, say good morning, you know, sit on your bed." But Brian would admit, I think he has changed his room around. I mean, quite literally, if I had to guess, different scenarios, closet, different things, maybe 37 times. Okay? So, very good, Brian. Hopefully his last room change. For his sake. I just like using these buttons. But no, it's been very enjoyable here. I hope I get to stay here for a bit. I hope, you know, this is the most productive I've been. I have this channel. I've been streaming. I have my Gosling channel, which I need to get back on a bit. I've been derailed. And then we have now the Camboy stuff that we've been working on. There's a lot of things. So this has been a very productive house. It's a mature house. Obviously, we're all older. We're all in our late 60s. So we all are, you know, we're not really partying by any means here, especially me. Sometimes we'll have get-togethers and it'll be in the yard. Really, when JC is streaming, that's when things are the most chaotic here. I will say, this is turning into a long video. There's probably only 10 people that are still watching at this point. If you're still watching, thank you. I really appreciate you if you're here at this point, because we're over 14 minutes in. This wall to the left of me, over here, you can't see it, but my TV's over there. It's just the end part of my room. On the other side of that was JC's old stream room. He now changed. The garage that we had was then turned into a storage room, which was then like Andy's room for a bit and Mondo's editing room. And now it is the final landing place. It is officially a room, and it is JC's new stream room. It is far away from me on the other side of the house. This room was right next to me, was JC's old stream room. And let me tell you, during October when this man was playing scary games until 3 in the morning. It was very scary for me because it would be 3 a.m., 2 a.m., and I would just hear crazy loud sound alerts or him screaming, getting scared at a game, and I would be waking up, like my heart would be racing. It was intense. But I never complained to him because it's not his fault. It is his job, and it is not his fault at all. So it's just one of those things where it would scare the shit out of me. But luckily, I now can sleep sound like a baby because he is in that room. I can't hear him at all. It actually works out really well. He has his own wing over there, and then me and Brian are on this side. But we all have our own bathrooms. So if we wanted to hibernate and not see each other, we could at this point. So I am very happy that I don't have to hear the gunshot noise at 3 a.m. or the explosion noise where he would put bass boosted for bits and then my wall would shake and I thought there was an earthquake at 2 a.m. and then I didn't sleep for 2 days. Or then the one time where I think it was Halloween night or the night before Halloween where I think I just did in my head a scream counter because I was laying down and I was really tired and it was like 1 a.m. I think I got up to 315 scream counters before I finally did fall asleep. It was kind of like counting sheep, but it was counting screams from the scary game. So look, everything is great though. I'm super happy with living here. It's the happiest I've been in years. Love it here. Makes me so creative. I hope you guys can see that. I don't want to ramble for too long, but yeah, no, look, that's been it. 85% pros, 15% cons, and even the cons are not that bad. But I have to get to the dogs here as they are having a war with each other over these bones. It's just nonstop yapping and barking. So let me get to that. If you're still here, thank you. Thumbs up, subscribe, comment, whatever you can do. It all helps the algorithm, so whatever you can do, I would appreciate it. Hope you had a great holiday and a great Christmas again, by the way. And if I don't talk to you, or if you don't watch another video until the new year, which is possible, I get it, people get busy, have a great new year as well. We'll chat soon. See you later.